Right, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to the Makers Market, Artisan, whatever it's called this week, market in Knutsford. What we're going to do today is show you what to do with all this fabulous produce that you're going to buy today and spend loads of money with these fantastic people here at the market. Right, what we're going to do, I've been round this morning, and I genuinely have been round the market this morning and just picked up a few bits and bobs from the market, just like you guys would do. And we're just going to sort of show you a very quick dish of what you can do with, and it is genuinely fantastic produce. If you want some really good local produce, the other side of this wall is the best pub in Knutsford serving the best local produce. Right, what I'm going to do today, I've been round, let me tell you what I've got first of all, that'd be a starting point, wouldn't it? I have got tomatoes, I've also got here this makes me realise that summer is here. When you get this fantastic, gorgeous Cheshire spring lamb. What I love about these is you get that lovely sweetness, and they're going to go with the herbs that we're doing, and it's lovely. It's small, it's expensive, but oh my goodness, it's worth it. So we've got the lamb, we've got tomatoes, we've got some asparagus, which I bought from Alan's, you know, down in the market. Now, Alan's unique on this market because he's there all the year round, rain or shine. And let's be blunt, mostly rain. But he's on the indoor market, so that's all right. That's Norfolk asparagus, but the Cheshire is just literally starting to poke its head above the surface. So we've got that. We've got some Jersey Royals, which all I've done is thrown them on the floor. All I've done with those, just blanched them in some water so they're ready to go. And I'm going to show you a little tip to do with those. And then I've just rummaged in the fridge this morning and I found some sort of skanky old basil and mint, which really go well with lamb, and a bit of spinach, because spinach is good for you, isn't it? This is going to be the base of our sauce. Now, I know what you're saying. It says souplicious, but the great thing about really good quality soup, and these are, well, let me think, gluten-free, loads of other stuff, veggie mostly. So that's going to form the base of that. I've also got some gravy here, which is just on the hob, boiling away. Again, a little tip for you, your stocks, your sauces, add them hot, they'll cook a lot quicker. You can get back to the wine, you don't have to worry about being in the kitchen all the time. So let's get started. Tiny bit of rapeseed oil. Now, rapeseed oil, try and use rapeseed oil where you can, because most of it is British. All of it, near enough, is organic, and it's high in polymono, whatever they're called, and it's low in all the other stuff. So that goes in there, and as you can see, that is a mad hot pan, and all become apparent. Literally, I'm just going to seal those in the hot pan. And what we want is just a nice crust on it. Now, you know all that baloney about you seal the juices in and all that? Absolute bunkum. What you're doing is looking for where the meat hits the pan, that's where the flavour is. So all we do, we just turn those over, and you can see we just got a really nice colour on those, and that's all we want. Just a nice colour. Can you smell that sweetness, that lammy smell already? You only get that with spring lamb. I mean, I love mutton and everything, but that spring sweetness, that tells you, you know what, we're going to have more sunny days than rainy days, which is always good. And what I'm going to do with that now, I'm just going to put that on that plate. Right, what we need to do, we need to deglaze this with the tomato sauce here. So I'm going to use the tomato soup, I beg your pardon. So what I want to do with that, I want that to reduce down. Right, when they all tell you reduce, 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 what happens is basically you're getting rid of the water out of the sauce or the stock or everything. Water has very little taste, as we know. So we're just getting rid of that, and we're getting rid of the fundamental things that give us the flavour, which are going to be, in this case, the tomatoes, the mint. I'm going to throw in, and you know what? Has anybody got enough time to peel garlic? It's so dull, isn't it? So you just throw that in. You get a much sweeter, milder flavour. Pre-cook your potatoes before you have a dinner party, you know, because we're in Cheshire, everyone has dinner parties, don't they? I'm going to give you a little tip. Just blanch the potatoes off till they're just cooked, and then put them in your gravy, and you'll get fantastic taste out of them. And that lovely Jersey Royal taste, which we get that sort of slight seawatery taste because they douse them in seaweed. Of course they do. Will come through there. So that's going to heat those through nice and gently, yeah? Really nice way to do your potatoes, to get a load of taste in there. Right, where are we up to? Asparagus. Little tip from Delia. When you get asparagus, you get that. Now there's one end here, the only instance in life where the woody end is no good. All you do is you just bend it like that, and it will snap where the rubbish, crappy bit is. That's no good. You won't use that. You just snap it like that. Now, because this asparagus has come from Norfolk and it's still 1957 there, it's probably a little bit, the new season stuff will snap somewhere down there because it's so fresh and lovely. But it will also be a bit thinner. Thicker the stalk, higher up. So all we do is that. Dead simple. Now, you will also see in all the cookbooks, peel the asparagus. Peel the asparagus. Oh yeah, please. Oh, you can buy asparagus peelers as well. And they give you all these tips about doing that. Absolute bunkum. Any good asparagus you do not need to peel. Personal choice. So all I'm going to do with that, because it's lovely, fresh, fragrant asparagus, I'm just going to throw that in the sauce, and that is going to cook down. Another great way with asparagus, boiling water 3 or 4 minutes till it's just soft, and then wang it on your barbecue for like 2-3 minutes, nice and charred. So what we've got in there, we've got asparagus, fantastic tomato soup, coming down now. We're going to add a few little bits and bobs to that, and we're going to get all the flavours in there. We're going to then, last minute, we're going to put that lamb back in, and then we've got a dish, I reckon. They were grown 3 miles away, Frank Rudd's. All I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to take the middle out, take the skin out, and I'm just going to chop those in half. Glorious, beautiful, a tasty tomato, not just solid red water, tasty tomato, and that's going to enhance the gorgeous tomato soup. Right, so we just need to finalise our sauce. Now, we've all got this, a little bit of mint or mint sauce or something like that. Don't go out and buy a packet of mint because you saw some guy at a market saying, just use what you've got, basil, mint or anything. And also, you can just tear it up, lamb and mint we know goes well. See, just don't use those bits, they're fine for a sauce. We can do the chef thing, we can do the chiffonade, should we desire. One thing you need to make sure, your knife is ultra sharp, because when you do cut yourself, and you will, it's a clean cut and it doesn't hurt anywhere near as much as when you have a blunt knife which drags it. So you can see what we've got there now. We've got that lovely sauce coming down, tomato, soup, mint, basil, asparagus, potato, garlic. Right, so here we have our gravy. What we're going to do now, we're just going to pour a little bit of this gravy in here. There we go, just going to put a little bit of gravy in there, and that then should come right down. So final little touch to get that lovely lamb flavour. We're just going to, remember we just seared those, so they're hot on the outside, should be nice and pink in the middle. And we're just going to throw those back in there just to warm them through. And what will happen then is you'll get the lamb flavour coming out of the lamb, obviously, and then we'll get the gorgeous flavours of the sauce, the tomato gravy, going into that. Right, now we need to put this together. So what we'll do is we'll try and do some sort of slightly chefy kind of thing for this. Right, there we have those potatoes. You see they've got that lovely colour in them now, and they've got a bit of flavour from the gravy. Not too shoddy at all there. So those now take no heating through at all. So we'll just put those up on the top there. Right, and then we'll get this, so this is sort of like late spring, early summer, English, gorgeous vegetables in there. We'll just leave the garlic in the pan. Beautiful tomatoes from Frank Rudd's up at Pever, the asparagus from Norfolk. Right, so there we have gorgeous English spring lamb from Cheshire. So we got that, we got the ragu of tomatoes made with the gorgeous soup. We've got some new potatoes, Jersey Royals. We've got some spinach that went in the sauce. You remember me doing that, don't you? Yeah, that went in the middle. Do you remember? It's just there in the green bit there. Lovely. Spinach is a salad garnish that goes on the top there like that. And then you just drizzle it with a bit of oil. That was, you see, that was good, that. Ready, steady, cook. Just drizzle that. That's a Jamie Oliver tip for you there. So, this is all pretty much stuff from the market. It's mostly local. Tomatoes locally, asparagus that will be local very soon. It's really important. Most of the people, the artisans that are making this food here today, are so passionate about what they do. You know, they do it mostly for love, very little money involved. Just help them as much as you can. Thanks for coming anyway. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.